Welcome on into the Wild Willie Podcast Show. I'm Willie Colon, and he is
JJ, baby. What's going on, Big Willie? You see, got done and I'm celebrating right now. Big Willie got done and I had to do the darn thing.
Now I'm trying to understand, is it JJ the King or King, or is it King JJ? Like, what's going, let's understand. Let's get a context behind the crown. What we got going now, JJ?
It's King JJ got done it, Big
King
Willie, because
JJ.
my birthday got done it coming up tomorrow, Big Willie, July 23rd. Did you let your wife know it's about to be Leo season, baby? It's our time, Big Willie. We back.
Well, the one thing about social media is great that, whatever Zodiac is on deck, if you will, you will see a wrath of memes start promoting their month. Like this, between, I think, the end of June, well after 4th of July, I started seeing Leo season is coming. You start seeing memes of lions walking the Serengeti or lions, crawling up the cliff and roaring. So I'm like, uh-oh. The Detroit Lions aren't getting ready for summer for camp. It's got to be Leo season, right?
You got darn right.
And so, I am very much aware that it is Leo season, not just because of you, Jay. My brother is also a Leo. His birthday is July 31st. My beloved wife, Akeisha Holly Cologne, her birthday is August 17th. She is also a Leo. Leos are interesting people because I get along with most Leos.
Yes, sir.
And I am most compatible. I am an Aries, and Aries and Leo are the most compatible out of the Zodiac. I don't go super hard with the Zodiac stuff because I feel like it gives people too much of a reason to be an asshole, right? Like you hear that. You hear that from time to time, like, well, he's, how Aquarius are, or how Scorpios are, and it's like it puts a stamp or gives that person validation for being difficult in whatever scenario you find yourself in, right? Like even with my wife, who is, I think brilliant, and I admire her in a lot of ways, but when she gets hot-tempered, she will lean on like, well, somebody will say, well, that's how Leos do. And I'm like, bullshit. She's an asshole, right? She's just being an asshole. Had nothing to do with her being a Leo. She's just being an asshole. So I try to walk a fine line when it comes to accepting somebody's zodiac sign and bad behavior.
Well, you're going to have to get used to it this goddamn month right now, next month, Big Willie, because it's our time and we're going to rub it in, and you might well just goddamn get mad all over again, just can't stand us. But we'll appreciate that and deal with it when it's over. But right now in our season, you're going to have to deal with it, Big Willie. It's our time.
How much do you pay attention to the Zodiacs, JJ? Are you one of them people that read your horoscope on your way to work? Because for a long time, like I remember growing up as a kid, especially as I got into like middle school, going into high school, and girls who I would like want to talk to, they would check their horoscope first to see if they was compatible or if I was worth the time. And I'm like, what does the horoscope have to do with you liking me? Like, Wendy, I like you. Wendy likes Willie. Willie likes Wendy. Let's just make it work. Well, I don't know how you Aries or something else. And I find myself, like hearing different conversations. My wife is always on the phone, and I'm always around women who are talking about relationships and X, Y, Z. And somehow, some way, the zodiac sign of that particular person falls into the conversation and becomes the common denominator. I'm using that word again, in reference to whether they should deal with the person or not. And I'm just like, how is that even on the table? But I guess it's a thing, and we have to adhere to it now, that especially for those in the dating world.
Well, I don't use it to figure out who I'm going to talk to and who I'm compatible with. I use it just to see how the day going to be. I read it if it says you're going to have a beautiful day today, that the week is yours. It's going to be extravagant. It's going to be so promising. Everything money going to flow into your pocket. And I just use that energy, Big Willie, and I say, okay, it's going to flow. Because what you speak, Big Willie, that's what you're going to do. What you think and speak, it's going to do. So if it's positive, that's what I take it for. And it's funny you asked that, because I don't just read it. For some reason, it just comes to my email every morning. And I just wake up, goddamn it, while I'm sitting on the toilet, and goddamn, I'm going through my emails to delete what I don't need, goddamn it, and keep what I do need, and just read it, and it be just sitting there just smiling. And so I'm on the toilet like,
Britt, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. We got the lovely Brittany Smith behind the camera. Britt, JJ is a Leo. So Gucci is a what, JJ?
Sagittarius.
Can we find if they are compatible? Can we do a little homework on that?
Now, I think we are, but I didn't plan that, Big Willie. I think it just happened like that. Remember, I went to a Jack Steak game, got done, and when I didn't even want to go, just getting that, a relationship for about 2.5,
that has
3
nothing
years.
to do with how you met. I'm just saying we both sit on this platform and talk about our wives extensively. And as we go through the back and forth, and once again, when you talk about your relationships and you talk about compatibilities and you talk about if it's a go or not, or if it works or it meshes, however you want to categorize it, I realize older women, and not just older women in generally, use those zodiac signs to see if that it factor.
I bet they do. Yeah.
They use it as an it factor. And I know my wife does. She'll from time to time, she'll be like, "Hey, did you read our horoscopes today?" And I'm just like, the fuck I didn't. I didn't. And she'll be like, well, she'll either text it to me or she'll slide it to me like, this is coming up. And this is, or if something had happened in the house that's like really out of the ordinary, or something happened within our family. And she was like, see, I saw that in the horoscope. It said in the next 2 weeks, there's going to be some
so she's
discourse.
Gonna rub it in.
No, well, not just rub it in, but it's just kind of, people use it as a compass, right? Instead of kind of navigating and being rational about their emotions, they chalk it up to this month. My sign said this was going to happen to me, so it's got to be true. And I'm just like, no, the fuck not. That person was an asshole before November. It's April, and that person's still an asshole. Stop talking to him. You know what I mean? So it's just weird. But Britt, now that you're up in front and center, so Gucci and JJ, do they have compatible signs? Is what I'm asking.
You said Leo and Sagittarius, correct?
Yes.
It turns out that's one of the first things that comes up, that Leos are most compatible with other fire signs, which is Sagittarius and Aries. So you guys are the Leo and Sagittarius represent a couple that connects vision, creativity, passion, and focus. And it also leads to, which seems fitting for JJ, that they are very compatible in the bedroom as well.
Okay. Well,
that's
that
why
makes
it
sense.
be like this. And Big Willie, we ain't play. That's why we all so close like this. That's why when we got done in New Orleans, we was in the room seeing each other.
Yeah, I may have saw too much. Thank God I had a bottle of tequila that night, so I chalk it up to bad dreams. Britt, before
Britt
you
had
go,
to get off the phone on that.
Britt, can you get back on the camera? Okay, Britt, question. In reference to today's female, like obviously you are engaged and you have your husband to be. Do you the girls you talk to, your circle? Because I know you have a whole tribe of girls you dance and go to festivals with, and I know you guys have girl talk in reference to who they're going to date. Does the zodiac sign and compatibility come up a lot in those conversations?
It's mixed. I know it's a lot. It's big for a lot of people. Like when they go on dating apps, like some girls are like, if they see what the sign is, sometimes they'll avoid the sign. More of like, I've had an experience with example, like they'll be like, oh, this guy's a Virgo. Well, I dated a Virgo once and that was a nightmare. So I might avoid that. My friends, it's like 50-50. Some of them don't really like care about that stuff, but some of them do like talk about like they're Sagittarius as well. So they'll talk about it a lot, about their personality and like, oh, that's why I get along with you, because you're a Sagittarius too. So I know it is big for a lot of women. Some it's not a big deal for me, but it is. It could be a big deal for a lot of people.
Now, as I sit here and I kind of poo-poo the whole zodiac thing, I do find myself, and this is self-awareness, and I will admit this. If I find myself not liking somebody, one of the things I do, after combing through a number of reasons why I don't like that son of a bitch, I will seek what their zodiac sign is.
Hold on, Big Willie, not you.
No, I'm a little bit of hypocrite here, right? And so I've come to know, which is strange because my sister's a Gemini and my first cousin, who I love like a brother, I consider like a big brother of mine, who I love dearly. They're both have signs I can't fucking stand. My sister's a Gemini and my cousin Kyle is a Pisces. Pisces and Geminis, for some reason, chat my goddamn ass. Pisces.
So you don't like me because I'm a Pisces.
Are you a Pisces? Willie. I actually love you. I think you're. But the thing about Pisces, they're amazing people.
We're sensitive.
The sensitivity.
I've heard you say that
The
before.
fucking sensitivity is through the roof. And for somebody who's a fire sign, I'm always burning hot with emotions, and I'm always very crash at times. And sometimes it takes a person to be around me to understand that I mean well. But I've been around Pisces who understand, like, man, Willie may be too much. What about an asshole what that guy is, right? Geminis, they're just two different people. There's two different people. My sister, having grown up with my sister, can walk into a room, be the sweetest, charming, most loving, sensitive
so
person.
sweet of you,
by the
Big
time I hit the kitchen, this son of a bitch has turned into Hannibal Lecter, and I cannot.
Hold on, Big Willie. I was just giving you credit.
No, I'm not a Gemini. I'm just telling you how I have friends who are Geminis, and for some reason they have that instant like wham wham, and you're like, whoa, what the hell just happened? We were just talking about love and God, and everything was great. And fucking by the time we hit the front door, it's like, I hate you, I hate this house, and they get nasty, they get cranky, they get frustrated, and you're just like, and you can't chalk that up to bipolar. And I'm not trying to throw rocks at fucking mental health, but it's almost like two people are living in one body, and I'm just like, that's too fucking much for me, because I like to be like how you see me. I like to be a mirror, right?
Exactly.
So like if you give me shit, I'm gonna give you shit. If you cool, I'm cool. That's just how I roll. So. It's interesting that Britt, I didn't know. I forgot you. I didn't even know you was a Pisces, but I love you, Britt. You know I love you.
Your birthday, Britt.
You forgot,
February.
but you definitely. I'm February 20th. You've definitely said it before, because we were talking about, like, I remember what we were talking about. We were like, oh yeah, you be sensitive sometimes, so that makes sense. I'm like,
well, you know what it is too.
well, you're not wrong, but
and one of the things that I was extremely happy about was when my son was born. He was on the borderline of being an Aquarius or Pisces. And it's funny how it all is coming out. I remember going back to like, all right, whose birthday is February 13th and what sign are they? Because I knew I fucking hated Pisces and I didn't want to hate my son. I was just like, I didn't want to hate my son. And I purposely ran, and I was like, okay. Whew. All right, Randy Moss, his birthday is February 13th, and he's at Aquarius. Love it. I'm okay with my son being born on Randy Moss's birthday and being Aquarius. Totally fine. And I get along with all Aquarius.
Now, when is his birthday?
February 13th. My son, 4. His birthday's 13th. So, with all that said, I'm glad he didn't go into the Pisces mode, because I don't know if we would have a relationship. Because I know I'm very flippant with the mouth. I'm very like, you know, if I tell you to get over it, I expect you to fucking get over it. And Pisces is like, no. We got to examine this. Why would you say this to me? They harbor things. It resonates. My cousin Kyle, who I love this man and everything about him, right? I looked up to him my whole life. You have to be on eggshells with this man. If you say the wrong thing, he can go from being really sweet and nice and awesome to like, why would you say that? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's your problem? I'm just like, dude, I thought we were joking. I thought we were just taking shots at each other, and his whole mood could change. And I was like, whoa, that's it. But I've noticed most Pisces are like that. So that's why I have a little disdain for Pisces. That's it.
Well, thanks, Willie.
But I fucking love you, Britt. Just know
my
that.
daughter and your son the same Aquarius, because my daughter's birthday February the 9th, Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, good. Well, with all that said, JJ, happy birthday. Do you feel like telling people how old you're turning or not?
Man, let me tell you something, Big Willie. I got one better than you. I got one for you better than that.
Okay.
Do you know? I just got through turning a backwards no hand flip again. I'm flipping into a new year, Big Willie. Everybody was saying, JJ, can you do it still? Can you do it still? And I told So Gucci, I said, baby, I'm going to work out. When I get through, I want you to come film me, goddamn it, because I feel like I can still do it. And you know, So Gucci, baby, you ain't got, don't be messing up my money. Baby, I got this. Goddamn, don't be worried about it. So I got out there, Big Willie, and did the goddamn darn thing. I feel good about myself. Because when I'm flipping into a new year and I still can do it, it make me feel like, okay, I still got it. I ain't lost the beat yet.
And what are you, 51?
52, Big Willie.
52? Like
Yes,
you're the only 52-year-old
25 backwards.
Jay, I'm 42 years old and I've never done a backflip. I can't do a backflip. So I know I'm not athletic enough. Even if I dropped 100 pounds, I don't think I would trust myself to do a backflip. So I salute you that you still have that in the real house. I don't know how many times you're going to use a backflip in your life other than picnics and showing off to the grandkids. But the fact that you can do it at the age of 52, at the age of 52, excuse me, is an extreme blessing. So congratulations on that.
But I got a little disturbed, Big Willie, because, you know, my mind was telling me, you're going to go out there and you're going to do a backwards, no hand. And I was doing the backwards. But for some reason at the end, my no hands were kind of getting a little short and I wasn't landing quite like I want to. So now I need a little practice, Big Willie, because it disturbed me. Because I know I used to can do that, but now I got done it. It's like, okay, now I got to get back right, got done it. So now I ain't going to rest, Big Willie, until I get it like I want to. I don't want to just do the no hand. I want to be able to do it.
Like a ninja.
Yeah,
you go. Yeah, like Bruce Lee style.
It kind of disturbed me a little bit. I got to get back on my training.
Oh, listen, I don't know how you train for that. I know I've never done it, can't do it. The fact that you can do it, I'm a little bit jealous of you. I'm like, so Gucci, don't break your fucking neck trying to prove yourself you can do multiple backflips. And
then Big Willie, my mind started going wild on me, Big Willie, because when I was back in the days, you know, when we was at the skating ring, I used to run up the wall like Bruce Lee and turn a flip no head. So that tree started looking good to me. And I told So Gucci, baby, I think I still can run up that tree and do a flip. She said, hell no. But my mind telling me I can do it, Big Willie.
Don't do it.
I promise you, Big Willie. And it'd be itching me. I'd be like, man, I want to try that. And it's just that gut, like, you can do this. And it'd be disturbing me because I want to do it, but I know I'm getting older.
Right, I just don't know what the reward is. Right,
yeah.
I just don't know.
That's the only reason I ain't did it yet.
I just don't know what you get out of it, other than the fact that you can do it is amazing.
Yeah,
but I don't know if the risk is worth the reward.
That's what I was thinking, Big Willie. So I think I'm gonna leave it alone, but it'd be calling me.
I think the fact that you have in your mental highlights of you doing it, that should be enough. But at the age of 42, trying to run up a tree and do like a twist, 52, excuse me. I don't know if it's worth it for a man that spends most of his day on his feet working hard and moving.
You're right, Big Willie. You're right. I'm with you, Big Willie. But
so Gucci says, "Don't fuck at the money." I think that's what she's. That's what she's meant. Yeah, I think that's what she's meaning. Quickly, JJ. This past weekend, I went to St. Martin.
Hold on, Big Willie. You ain't tell me you were going out of town.
Yes. Shout out to my.
Out the country, I mean.
Yes. I went to St. Martin. My big homeboy, my main dog from DC, Delonte Cameron. He turned 50 years old. His wife, Keisha, she's another Keisha, threw a big shindig, invited all friends and family to this beautiful resort. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, it was next to the airport in St. Martin, and it was cool. It was fine. The bathroom, we had a little issues with the bathroom. I didn't break it. The shower was kind of funky. But nevertheless, one of the things I'm always critical about is going to an all-inclusive and not getting – listen, I understand what all-inclusive is, right? You're not going to get the creme de la creme. It's not going to be like staying at the Four Seasons. Mm-hmm. I understand that. But you don't want to feel like you're staying at the goddamn like a cozy mosey, right? Like you want to feel like you're somewhere. So with all that said, man, the food was good. The food was really good. I enjoyed the food. The kids enjoyed the food. That's what I was most worried about because kids are fucking picky. So they enjoyed the food. The beach was pristine. The water was great. And as we sat there and went from pool to beach, we had one guy's night out, JJ, and something happened to Willie. So happened to
hold up, Big Willie? Don't you tell me not Big Willie? You been doing darn good. Don't you tell me you start back drinking and you got a bottle of water in your hand?
Nope, I didn't go back to drinking. I didn't. I didn't. What happened
to Big Willie then?
What happened was, so the guys had a guys' night out, and we went to a strip club, and then went to a nightclub. Well, we got to the strip club around 11. It was called Red Diamond. Red Diamond had some pretty good. If I had to give the girls the strip club, I guess, like from the gorgeous women to
1 to 10, 1 to 10,
right? From one. That's what I'm trying to say. From 1 to 10, I gave it a solid 6 or 7. Okay. And the only reason I give it a 6 or 7 because I realized that the women were catering. Well, the way they were built to cater the white guys, meaning they were pretty girls with no asses. When you know the brothers, we like the asses with the titties and pretty face, right? It kind of goes in that order. A lot of these girls had a pretty face, but no ass. And I was like, ugh. So with that said, JJ, I was a person, and I've talked about this with you privately and on camera, who loved going to strip clubs. Loved going to strip clubs. I
Me and you both.
Big strip club guy, had fun, had bottles, had drinks, had money. I did my thing. I was king of the strip club. Loved it. Love. I went to the strip club and was bored within 30 minutes, JJ. I realized I've lost my luster, my energy, my passion for it, because it was a fairly nice strip club. It wasn't nothing gritty or ugly about it. It was pretty standard. Had the stage, the two poles, girls walking around. A lot of the girls were from France and Paris, and some of them were from like Colombia and whatever. So it was cool. Pretty girls. Once again, no ass. That was bothersome.
Maybe that's why you didn't enjoy it.
Maybe that. Yeah. But also, I realized like I wasn't excited to be there. You know what I mean? I just did, we've talked about this genuine excitement with the music, the lights, the women, feeling like the man. We had our own VIP table, so everything was set up to kind of go. And I understand the night gets better when you drink and the more money you spend, right? Because of the tension that comes with it. With all that said, JJ, I was just like, so I realized.
I think you graduated.
Yes, Jay. Yeah,
I don't been in that situation, Big Willie, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to love it and everything, but it's like it get to a point where why I'm spending this money on this just to slap a piece of putty.
That's it.
It just, I'm just wasting.
It just
money.
wasn't.
I could have went to a bar, got drunk, and seen some pretty women without even touching them, and just as entertained. I understand. I'm with you, Big Willie.
Thank you, Jay. You're speaking the words that I can't get out right now, and it was disappointing to my ego because once again, I was a guy who thrived in strip clubs. There wasn't a stripper I couldn't take home. There wasn't a bottle girl I couldn't get a number from. The homies had I thrived in that environment, and I walked out of there like, I'm good with never going to a strip club again. It just wasn't. It was like a kid who outgrew the playground. Exactly. That's what it felt like. That's exactly how it felt like. With that said, we went up the block about a mile ahead to a club called Lotus, which was. It was okay. It was a lot because a lot of the younger kids that was on the trip with us happened to be in the club. In fact, one of my nephews, shout out to Lucas, when I turned the corner, he was standing right there talking to a girl, and I was like, "Me and you should never be in the same club together. I'm way too old to be right here with you." And I could see the excitement and kind of like how we all had at a youthful age when there's women, there's lights. It's like he was kind of like, whoa, this was his jungle. And I'm like, I'm over all the shit. I want to go home.
Exactly.
And I stood around and I was just like, and I just looked at the horniness of all these fucking kids. They were so horny. And there was beautiful young girls walking left, right, up and down. And it was a mixed crowd. Some people were older, but it was mostly a really young college, teenage crowd. And I was just like, yeah, I think I can never. I'm good with going to a strip club or a club again. I'm just over the whole shit. So it was an awakening moment. Not that I didn't know I was over it, but this weekend kind of like put the nail in it. I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done with all of it. So
you get excited, Big Willie, when you never really experienced it, and it's like a big thing with the homeboys, and it's just something you ain't never did, and you be so anxious to do it. Just like driving, when you first got done trying to learn how to drive, you be so excited, and you'll drive for hours and hours and hours away because you just got started and you just love to drive. But the more you drive, the more you be like, man, shoot, forget this. You gonna drive? Man, I ain't driving today, got done. You drive, got done. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get right there. You tired of driving, Big Willie. You don't did that. It's time to give somebody else the steering wheel.
And you're right, Jay. I walked out of both clubs feeling like, one, I don't ever have to do that again. And two, I now have to find, at the ripe age of 42, you being 52, we are now at the age where we have to find our own fun. I love golfing. That's fun to me. I'm competitive, so I love being out there. You're competitive as well. But outside of that, Jay, I have to now find some place. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is for you either.
I already know.
What is it?
I can tell you.
Please.
You can tell Britt to look this up. Your sanctuary and your time is at home. Your pool, you being at the house. You know why? Because it's a saying, and Britt can look this up and she can see it. They said people that are not comfortable with their home are the ones that love to go out. But the ones that are comfortable in being at their home and love how their house look, got it fixed up like they like it, that's where they want to spend most of their time at, because they're happy of their inner being where they're at. The ones that are not comfortable with their inner being and where they're at and not comfortable with their home, them the ones you always see out at the clubs and hanging out all the time.
Well, you may be speaking gospel, and I definitely will listen to that. I just realized right now, as you gave us those great words, that not only being home is the new me, but to recognize that I've outgrown it. And realize like it's behind me. This shows that the door is officially closed. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's officially closed. I am no longer a strip club guy. As much as I loved it in the past, those days are over. Which shows growth.
You use a Holly and William guy. You got your pool. You got your barbecue. You got all your outside activities. You got your daily routine. See, right now, Big Willie, you don't graduate it. You know, you doing things now to get your family the way you want. You everything that you're doing now, it comes a time in a man's life then that you realize that what's most important to you. And what's most important to you now is making sure that your children, your family, and everybody are squared away. And you know, everything you do right now with their time while they're young is going to be a reflection of what they do when they get older. So now all the other stuff that you was doing that you used to like, it don't matter no more, because the stuff that really matter to you is making sure that your children are where they need to be at. Because when you get older, you got to make sure that they are financially stable, they're respectful, they carrying themselves like Willie Cologne would like them got done it to RB. And that's why your focus, that's why don't none of this matter to you no more. And I was in the same position. I gave up all my time clubbing and everything because I wanted to make sure that I gave my daughter something that I didn't have, and they didn't have to say Daddy wasn't there. So I wanted to go to the clubs. I wanted to hang out with the partners, but I graduated from it, and all I did was put my time up into them so they can be where they needed to be in life. And at the end, Big Willie, what I couldn't do then, God bless me to do it now because I put that time in.
Church. I appreciate that, Jay. All right, we're going to take a break. Come on back. Welcome on back to the Wild Willie Podcast Show. JJ.
Yes, sir.
It's time for Hot Topics. Let's do it.
Come on with it.
So we got to talk about it. It's gone viral. It's been everywhere. People have actually done spoofs of it. It looks like right here, the CEO, Andy Byron, resigned after being, I guess what the young kids would say, booed up at a Coldplay concert because they were spotted on a kiss cam. And it was so bad, Jay. I don't know if people out there seen it. So they were nuzzled up, hugged up, and the kiss cam blasted them. And they tried to like dive. He actually dove underneath the seats. She turned her back, and everybody was like, what's the big deal? Well, come to find out, they're married. And they got caught out there in the worst way. JJ, I'm going to throw this at you, and the first question I'm going to throw at you, because I think it's just men. It's just us men talking. Brit's in the room, but we're going to ignore that she's here. What should he have done in that situation?
Well, Big Willie, the first thing he should have did is act like ain't nothing never went on, and it would have hit it, got done. It would have been on him. He just could have been like this, you know what I'm saying? You know, bam, you know, don't act like you surprised. But he could have did it, but I think she gave it away because when they showed it, she was like, oh, and it made him react. But, you know, I still would have faked it up like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something where it got done, it wouldn't have been. But even though, you know, it probably would have still played back, but question. He still could have got done, you know, played it a little different, but it was messed up. It wasn't even cuffing season. And my thing is, if you're going to be like that, it ain't even cold. It ain't cuffing season. Right. How you going to be out up in the opening? And then if you is out in the opening, how you going to be wrapped up like that? And then that little girl they had on the side of that they said worked there too, she looked like she was just as happy as she wanted to be, got done it before it happened. She was like, yeah, they got you, got done it. She might have had something to do with it, Big Willie, because she wanted got done it to get a bigger role than what she already got in the company.
It was frustrating about the whole situation because I totally agree with you. if you get caught in that spot, a real player would played it off. I would have been like high-fiving her, chest bumping her. I would have tried to make it as non-sexual as possible, even though my ass probably shouldn't have been there hugged up and it's like witnesses of me being booed up. There's 100% chance that those folks thought they was going to have a night together. It was going to be what it was going to be, and then nobody was ever going to talk about it. That didn't happen. I don't know. Obviously, I mentioned that both of them has, threw in their resignation and they both know they're no longer in that position. But that's not the battle. The battle is the embarrassment both of their partners are going through right now. Because JJ, and I'm going to ask you, and I'm pretty sure you either have a story or you don't have a story. I know I have a story, and I'm going to ask you for your story first. Have you ever been caught out there in that type of way? Meaning, have you ever been caught in the act with your side piece, your boo, knowing damn well you had no business being with that chick? Have you ever been caught out there like that?
No, sir, Big Willie, goddamn it. I'm just going to be honest, goddamn it. All my laundry been clean, Big Willie, goddamn it. I'm making sure, goddamn it, whatever happened, goddamn it, ain't going to come up dirty and smelly, goddamn it. When you get that regular, you supposed to, goddamn, get caught up.
Well, so I've been caught up. I've been caught up. I've been blasted. I've actually had, so there's one incident. So it was my senior year. I was, I had a main squeeze and I had a couple of squeezes. Well, I had went to Hilton Head, South Carolina with one of my new squeezes, and we had a great weekend. That being said, the girl fell head over heels. She was absolutely in love with me, right? And I was like, oh, that's great. The girl, we had took pictures on the trip. Well, the girl came to my apartment where I was staying at the time, because this was during the draft, dropped some pictures off because she knew I was potentially going to training camp. And she didn't want me to forget her when I was going to where I was going to get drafted, right? Whatever team selected me, whatever city I was on, she wanted me to have physical proof of her.
And I just want to let you know, a picture says 1,000 words. I said a picture says 1,000 words, and you said some pictures.
It was 4 pictures to be exact. Ooh. And JJ, they're all to your point as our lovely CEO Andy Byron. I was booed up in all those pictures. Now one picture looked like we were just having fun, like we were in love in them pictures, right? And so how did I get caught, Willie? Well, I'll tell you. What happened was I go get drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? I pack a quick bag, get all the stuff that I care about, and I'm off and running. My mind is set on being the best I could be for this team, and I got to make this team. So now I'm in full-fledged football mode, not thinking about covering my tracks in any goddamn way. Anyway, with that said, JJ, my main squeeze goes, hey, I'm going to come see you, right? Do you need me to bring you anything you left behind? So I said, I think I should be fine. But if you want to grab a couple things like socks, underwears and stuff, so I don't have to go out and buy whatever, Don't
tell me you had the pictures in your drawer. Big Willie, in the drawer. Out of all places, not under the mattress, not up in a safe, nothing.
First drawer to the right, underneath the underwear. That was underneath some boxer shorts. That was underneath some gym shorts. In an envelope
she
were 4 pictures.
All up under that? What, she did just grab the ones off the top and just the good ones,
Women, JJ, when there's a window, no matter how loyal, how much love they have for you in their heart, they're always going to look, whether they want to admit it or not. So what happened was, while she was, going through my stuff, right? Me thinking there's no way she's going to snoop around because she wasn't that type of girl. Like I was like, she trusted me, I'm in camp, right? Being all I can be for this Pittsburgh Steelers army. And as I get off the field, I get 4 text messages. One, the first text message was the first picture. The second text message was the second picture. The third was the third picture. And the last picture was the picture of me and this girl laying in goddamn bed together, booed up, JJ. And underneath that text said, how could you we are done. And I'm like, God damn.
What a way to end practice.
And she had all the right to dump my ass. I mean, it wasn't like Andy, like the CEO. Like there was no way for me to dodge this. Like
Nah. Did you try to call her and explain that?
Oh, we talked. We talked.
Yeah.
She cried. I said, I'm sorry. I did the whole fucking thing. And yeah, that's one of the stories I got caught. And so yeah,
Willie,
I've been caught multiple times. I'm not good at it. That's why I'm so loyal and faithful now. I'm horrible. Huh?
Yeah, sometimes, you say, you was with him, but you really wasn't feeling her. Was she just a fling or was you really feeling her?
My man Squeeze? No, we were together. I know her parents. We were together. We were very much entrenched into each other. She was older than me. She was about 2 years older than me. So we were together. We were definitely together. It wasn't no in between lines like we were just kind of like a fling at all. That was my girlfriend. So, ooh. But I think what happened. I knew I was leaving. I knew I was heading wherever the hell I was heading, and so mentally I started, which isn't right. So I'm not condoning none of my actions, ladies. Those who did wrong in my actions. I should have just kept it a buck with her and be like, hey, baby, I'm about to get drafted. I'm about to do X, Y, Z. We can't do this no more. That didn't happen. What happened was I was being manipulative. I was being a bad guy. So, and I got caught, and I hated myself for it because she generally was a sweet, great girl, and I fucked around, and moving on. Unfortunately, sad news here. We have to talk about Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who died at the age of 54. He was on vacation in Costa Rica with his family and unfortunately drowned. There was an undercurrent, to my understanding, that took him out, and what's heartbreaking about it, he was on a vacation with his wife and daughter, and they witnessed it, the loss of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Now, if you know who Malcolm-Jamal Warner is, for the younger generation, he played Theo on the Cosby Show. He was the first black son that America fell in love with. He was smart. He was funny. He had charisma. He was charming. He was the first guy, I think, on TV, to my knowledge, and maybe I could be wrong, who had a learning disability in some way. He was dyslexic. And I didn't know that. Yeah, he was dyslexic. He found out that he was dyslexic on the show. And he was just amazing. And it was interesting about Malcolm-Jamal Warner. He went on to play more roles, and I didn't know, JJ, I think he got a Grammy for an R&B album he did. So he was into music. His father was really big into jazz. He was into jazz and R&B. And everybody that spoke about him and knew him talked how just he was a well-grounded, very sound, fruit of the earth, just a very positive and warm person. And I watched an interview he did on Entertainment Tonight with his mother, and he contributed a lot of his, I guess, being grounded, being solid, being, not only spiritually and emotionally, together was because of his mother. So it's just unfortunate, man. This one, I saw Godfrey, the comedian, talked about his relationship with Malcolm-Jamal Warner and how it hurt him. He said it hurts the black culture because we need more positive role models more than ever. And he was, during that time, for young black men, an ultra positive role model who, by the way, didn't dribble basketball. I mean, he played basketball on the show, but wasn't an athlete like a Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson. He also wasn't in hip hop. You know what I mean? He was just a black man on TV who was a part of a positive black image and positive black family. And obviously, if you watch the show, like we all watched the show growing up, there were so many points to that show where Theo was the star, right? You talk about the shirt that was messed up, the Pierre Gardin, that epic scene, the snowball fight where Bill Cosby gets into it with the teenagers. There's another epic scene where he's having kind of this, I guess every man going through it. We're talking about relationships. He's having this kind of this whirlwind relationship with Justine. And he puts his face in a bowl of chili, that whole thing, right? So there's so many parts where we look at Felicia Rashad and we look at Bill Cosby. But Theo, amongst the kids, I think, right along with Lisa Bonet, was a true star. And they were all stars, and Rudy, obviously. But Theo was kind of, to me, was the glue of the show, right? He was like the glue. Because I think for a lot of black males growing up without a father, they looked at that we could all, like I was fortunate to have a father, but I know for a lot of people in our community, if they ever wanted a dad and they ever wanted a relationship with their dad, they wanted it to be like Theo and Bill Cosby's relationship on the show, right? It was loving. He was hard on him and he gave him hard lessons, but he loved them, right? He loved them and he hugged them and he went through the roller coasters with his son, and it made fatherhood seem like, man, that's it, right? You want to grow with your son, you want to take the good with the bad, but you want to be by his side all the way through, and that's what they represented on that show. And now, even like if you check his IMDb page, he's done a host of other movies outside of the Cosbys and been on a lot of other things. So he kept his career going. But when my brother was in LA pursuing his acting career, he actually met Malcolm-Jamal Warner at a gym. Man, I asked my brother, I was like, man, how was that interaction? And my brother said verbatim,
yeah, this
dude pumped nothing but life into me. He was just talking about keep going, how to approach your day, how to handle auditions, just really poured a lot of life into my brother. And my brother said it meant the world to him. One, not only because it was Malcolm-Jamal Warner and his Theo and on and on and on, but the guy was talking to him like a human being and not big time him, kind of like just kind of making him feel small because he wasn't there yet. So I always, outside of that conversation my brother had with Malcolm-Jamal Warner, it made me love him more because he took the time to talk to my brother. So it was good. Unfortunately, we lost Malcolm-Jamal Warner at the age of 54. Yeah. JJ, you got anything before we take a quick pivot?
I just want to know. I know from reading on the story, I read on one of the comments where they say, their daddy teaches them to be, how to swim, like if they ever involve up on the underwater current like that. Is it a certain way or certain, where you got to hold your breath or roll with the current or what, to come up out of it that you ever, heard of?
No, I don't know, Jay, because I think it's so funny. Maybe Britt has some advice to that. I know when I was in St. Martin this past weekend, I am a guy who loves the water, me too. And I go into deep waters, because I can swim and I know how to handle myself. Well, at least I know how to handle myself. And Keisha herself said a lot of times when I'm with her, she gets a lot of anxiety because of what happened to Malcolm-Jamal Warner. And people underestimate how powerful the ocean is. It's extremely powerful, and it's extremely random. It's extremely there's things you can be in calm water, things can look great. A wave comes or something happens, and boom, you're in trouble. I know for a fact when I was swimming out there Sunday or Saturday, whatever day it was, I thought I saw something in the water and I freaked. Like I thought something touched my foot, and I was like, I felt my heart drop. And as well as that, like I said, I feel like I'm Aquaman out there. But that 1 minute, I went straight girl. I was like, like what the hell is that? But I think overall, I don't know if undercurrent came and got me. What would I do? So I can't speak on that.
Yeah, my dad always, because we loved the ocean, growing up and stuff, but my dad always taught me to respectfully be afraid of it because you don't want to get too confident in it. And that's how people, drown. When you think you're like the world's best swimmer and can escape anything, you end up, some of the best swimmers end up drowning. So what he taught me, and you can look this up, is that, rip currents are the ones where if you start, you don't even know when it happens sometimes when it changes, but it's when you try to swim back to shore, but no matter what you do, it keeps pulling you back out. So what you're supposed to do is, if the shore is this way, instead of trying to, swim straight towards it and you feel yourself being pulled back out, you're supposed to swim perpendicular, like along the coastline, swim sideways until you're fully out of it, and then you can start making your way back into shore.
Oh, wow.
So you don't want to keep trying to like swim back to shore. If you feel yourself getting pulled back out, that's how people kind of drown. They get tired and then they just go under. Instead, like, don't panic. Either try to float on your back and then try to swim again. Is it perpendicular or parallel? Sorry, to the shore until you swim out of it, and then you could swim back to shore. So that's one piece of advice if you ever find yourself in that situation.
Okay.
That's great advice. I've never heard that, Britt. I do tell. I mean, now that I plan to be on somebody's beach every year, swimming and having a great time. I do now, because of the incident, like Britt just gave us that great education. I now have to educate myself and kids, because I realize, and my wife made, after she was kind of giving me her phobia and telling me about Malcolm-Jamal Warner, she went on to say, when I was in the pool with William, he was watching you float, so now he floats like you. And my son and my kids are impressionable, right? So they see things I do and they're like, oh, I want to do it like daddy. And, they went on that trip not expecting for Malcolm-Jamal Warner not coming back home, right? But it took one moment, one incident, and we lost a great one. So I think for everybody that's hitting the beach or trying to hold on to summer, use this as a stance to kind of educate yourself on the ocean. Yes. And if things like this happen, how do I survive it and get through it? Like Britt just told us. So once again, our thoughts and prayers go out to Malcolm-Jamal Warner and his family, and keep them in your prayers. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Wild Willie Podcast Show. Welcome on back to the Wild Willie Podcast Show. JJ and I are holding on to summer, and one way to hold on to summer is during your downtime, watch a movie. So we decided to watch a movie that we've never seen before. On top of that, be able to discuss the movie. And one of the things that happens during the summer, because we do have a little downtime, going to the movies is always a good time. Like I just mentioned, I went to 2 weeks ago to see Jurassic Park Rebirth with my son. Loved it. However, JJ, now turning the ripe of 52, there's a little bit of a generation gap between us. So movies he has seen, I necessarily haven't seen, and I'm pretty sure movies that I have seen, he hasn't seen. So we decided to say, let's put a bunch of movies that we would like to see into a hat and pick it so we can watch it together and discuss it together. And we are leaning on our awesome, beautiful homegirl, producer, Pisces queen, Brittany, to pick the movie of the week. So, Britt, pick away.
So both of you guys give me 5 movies that you've never seen before, but that you have heard were good or always wanted to watch. So I put both those movies. So there's 10 movies in here. Okay. I'm going to shake it up and we're going to pick the movie. And hopefully
she gonna pick mine first, Big Willie. She gonna pick mine first.
I don't even know what you put in there.
There's a lot of, you guys put a lot of, I don't know if we want to talk about the stuff you guys put in there, but there's a big mix. There's a big variety. It's kind of all over the place.
And that was the point. I knew there would be a generation thing. And so like JJ grew up watching, Pam Grier and Foxy Brown. And I grew up watching like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rocky. Right? It's just different. So
Big Willie, I was right there with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rocky too. I wouldn't quite far that back.
Even JJ sees movies every weekend. He couldn't even think of any. He's like, I can't think of what I haven't seen. I was like, let me send you a list of like the top movies of all time and of top movies of. There's recently a list from New York Times of a top 100 movies of 21st century. So I said, look at that and pick out movies you've never seen and have wanted to see. So that's his list. And then Willie had a list of movies in mind already. So we shall see. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. I put them all on a Post-it note and then threw it in this gift bag. So the movie you will be watching is...
My movie.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Ooh,
that's your movie, Big Willie.
Is that your movie, Willie?
Yep. I've never seen the movie. I've only read the book, and I heard it's different from the movie.
I never heard of neither.
Oh, so yeah. So that's a popular book that they made me read it in school. I don't know about you guys,
I read it. I had to read it in school for sure. I never saw the movie version of it, so I was like, let me throw this in the mix, see what happens. So there you go, Jay. To Kill a Mockingbird.
What is it
1960?
About,
it's from 1962. It's about a lawyer who's trying to defend a black man who was falsely charged in a court case, and it's widely considered to be like one of the greatest movies ever made. It's on a bunch of lists, so it's considered very historically and culturally significant. So it's, in the Library of Congress for,
So
important films.
mm,
So yeah, so that
it's
is
based off a
we're
true
starting off serious.
It's a true movie, huh?
It is not.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Okay,
It's
fiction. Okay.
I
Yeah.
believe it's fiction.
Got
All right,
it.
Jay.
So we're
we got
starting
homework
old.
to do. Yeah. Start old.
That'll
It's
work.
1962 is around your time, so it's it should be familiar.
No, I wouldn't even thought about it.
Uh,
I guess
so,
I got to put my BMF up, my Shy, my sisters got done it, and all that up now. Look at this one.
just take an hour out of your day, Jay. You and Gucci.
What's the other one got done it?
I don't know. I don't watch none of them.
Dang, what's the all the
Keisha
Queen's
watch all those-
Men? I can't see none of that now. I gotta go look at my movie.
Yeah, Keisha watches all those shows.
Yes.
I'm usually watching the Golf Channel or surfing the net. Britt, we had some comments that were left to us from the people last week. What were they talking about?
All right, so a couple people had comments on your story about Holly and how she's catching a little attitude, but you're respecting her gangsta. At Natalie by Choice it's something about that second child when it comes to when it comes to those attitudes. I don't know if you agree with that, JJ, but a lot of people have said that. And
Well, I'm the middle child, so I agree. We are special people. Yeah,
that sounds about right. And at Rumors, Sid says, wait till school starts. She's going to start holding her own with her teachers. It's going to be a problem.
She's already there. So like it's I'm already dealing with it. So I'm prepared for that.
And then just a comment on Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. One commenter said they think they look good together. And then just a nice comment for us saying, love the show. Willie and JJ are excellent together. And I also like their behind the scenes producers, Britt.
There you go. That's
you
what I'm
all
talking
are
about.
awesome.
Everybody loves Brett.
Yes.
Everybody. No, you're right. I think a couple things. One, I hope Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson work out. One, I didn't realize, like I said before, I didn't know he had a hit list. Coco Jones, he's dated. Now Megan Thee Stallion, he's dated multiple R&B actresses. So the man's been around the block. He's a silent killer. So I didn't know he had that in his Real House. And on top of that, I gotta test this. I think, and maybe you know about this, Britt. Megan Thee Stallion has like a documentary or a movie on Netflix or something that's supposed to be really, really, really good. That's supposed to be like, I guess it's like a behind the curtain scene show about a movie about her life and how she came from the bottom to the top and everything that she's gone through in between. Yeah. And people are going crazy about it. Like people are like, I guess it's really, people are becoming more. That's something you should watch. That seems like something you would watch with So Gucci, JJ. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, and that's it. I am going to the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp. I leave Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I will be working with the team, doing some football things, getting my groove on, going back to the roots where it all started. So I'm excited to do that. So it's going to be a good time. I plan to be back on next week so we can talk about To Kill a Mockingbird. JJ, you must watch this thoroughly. Britt, I expect you to watch it too, so you're not off the assignment, so we can have a roundtable discussion about it. And I'm actually kind of excited to watch it because it gives me a reason to watch it now. I had heard about it, known about it, I just never watched it, so now I have a reason to watch it. But I'm Willie Cologne, and he is
JJ, baby. Goddamn, I'm flipping into another year, baby, and we'll see you next week.
Happy birthday, JJ.
Thank you.
Thank you, Britt. Peace.